Yeah, this is the 2008 Bimota DB6R Delirio. It's the R version of the DB6. It's got extra goodies like Extreme Tech steering damper, lots of extra carbon parts, and a racing slipper clutch, dry clutch. You see that? Don't put your finger there. And as with most Bimotas now, it's got a Ducati L-twin engine. It's got the 1100 air-cooled 4-valve engine, so 2 valves per cylinder, air-cooled. Lots and lots of torque at the low RPM. Brembo radial calipers. It's got pretty much the same torque as the Hypermotard, Ducati Hypermotard. It's very good torque. Bimota branded.
Yes, hi. My name is Thor Sagen. I'm an editor, producer, road tester, journalist and broadcaster. And let me tell you a little story about this launch. This is the DB7 1098 Bimota, launched at Misano in the spring of 2008. It's my second time at Misano, and the first time on the current configuration. I was there 2 years earlier in 2006 with Benelli to test the Tornado, and rode the anti-clockwise configuration that time. And this was the first time I tried the new MotoGP configuration, which is clockwise. It was pouring down with rain in the morning, so everybody lost their morning sessions on the bike. So I was quite worried actually that I wouldn't have enough video. I've still got quite, I've got haven't got much video from the launch at all because of that rain. Because when it did dry up in the afternoon, I had to concentrate on you know, getting to know the bike properly and get the photography done. So I couldn't ride around with an onboard camera a lot. So I decided to go a few laps on the wet, on standard tires, same Continental tires as was standard on the bike, and it was extremely slippery. The seat is hard as you'd expect on a sport bike like this. The reach to the clip-ons isn't too extreme, but under no circumstances could you call the Bimota DB7 a comfortable motorcycle.
A posto Tor, you're okay Tor?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. This is a
product position. When you look at and consider fit and finish, details, component quality, and exclusivity in the sort of universe of motorcycles, you know what clearly occupies the space. As many people as I've shown this to, I haven't seen any arguments with this. Lots of people have said, no, Buell should be down there and try, you know, they move these players around, but no one has really fought me on this issue yet.
Nope.
Product philosophy. And if you were to put a few phrases together, handcrafted Italian sport motorcycles. That's what we are. If you were to pick a tagline, and I'm not a believer in taglines, and you won't see one, it would be pride of details. I think that's anyone who's a Bimota owner and everyone at Bimota needs to understand that. You're very proud of the details if you know motorcycles. In terms of hard points in the product philosophy, hand-built, spectacular details, CNC ancillaries, the best components, and Ducati Performance Engines describes it. Soft points of the product philosophy, unique design, unique technology, exclusive ownership, selected Ducati dedicated dealers, and a simple product lineup. And we talked about being select dealers and select markets, clearly a directive for Bimota. Core identities of the product, only the best. Ducati L-twin engines, lightweight is a priority, hybrid chromoly trellis frames, premium suspension, premium brakes, premium wheels, CNC ancillary components, and hand-built care. I said hand-built before, and I've changed the use of the word a little bit to hand-built care, meaning that when, as I said, two people build a bike by hand a day, the kind of care that is applied to that bike can be felt almost felt in a way when you ride the motorcycle. You know, there's something there that's a bit different, it's a bit hard to define. Maybe it's just the look, maybe it's the feel, static, or maybe it's riding, I don't know, but it exists. The motorcycles, making motorcycles in 4 families. Sport Naked, DB6 Deliria, DB6R, Super Sport, DB5, DB5S, DB5R, Sport Special, the Tazy 3D, and the new Superbike, DB7. 4 families of motorcycles, all sport bikes. Our distribution philosophy, a partnership with distributors and dealers. It's not we're a manufacturer, we're sending stuff to a distributor sends it off to dealers. It clearly needs to be a partnership. It's too intimate not to be. Selected dealers in selected cities, as I told you about UK, London, Manchester, Birmingham, and maybe a couple of other places. That we have to be comfortable with if somebody calls from Indianapolis, Indiana in the USA, says, where's my Bimota dealer in Indiana? And we have to be comfortable saying, there is none in Indiana. The closest person is Chicago. I think we as a company have to be comfortable with that. The mistake we could make was trying to be everywhere for everyone, because we can't support it. We're just not a big enough company. Equal effort in growth and equal effort in success. That's our message. These 2 items are something that every dealer and every distributor wants, but can never really have. And that's real influence in the direction of the company and real influence in product development. Every dealer wants that. Every distributor wants that. We have to be able to do that just to be successful. If our Australian distributor says, you know what, I need a shower shock in the back and Pioli forks in the front, and I'll commit to 50 of these because I know it'll sell in the market. We have to be prepared to do it. I want orange tanks and black frames. As a small company, we need to be flexible enough to be able to do that, and they can influence how we develop the product, what comes to us. We need their influence. They're the experts in the market. Concise lineup and a premium price, for sure. It'll always be that way. It's a company of motorcycle enthusiasts. I like what they're riding. There's a lot of people here riding motorcycles. It's gotta be. I've worked for companies where the management stopped riding, and you know what happens. You know what happens. You start talking about the realities of the business, and people's eyes kind of glaze over. You have to remind me, guys, it's all about riding bikes. No, it's all about riding bikes. This is an important one. No mysterious corporate agendas. Can't be. We don't have time. We have to be really transparent. Transparency is the strength of this company. I'm being very transparent with you on sort of philosophical issues. It's the only way. And at the end, you guys say, yeah, I think you're wrong on that. simplicity and consistency of policies. These are things that are true for any company, even more true for a small Italian company. The factory, Bimota motorcycles in Rimini, Italy. I don't think we say that often.
No.
We're Bimota motorcycles and we're in Rimini, Italy. It's sort of this mystery, you know. It's just we can't assume that people know who we are. That's the purpose of this. No.
Yeah.
We're from the land of engines, the terra di motori. 2 engineers create 1 bike a day. What a great story. Each bike, starting with the 2008 DB7, will be have a plaque that says Bimota DB7, 2008, number 1382 108. It's not going to be 1 of, 2 of, but it's just going to tell you what the number of your bike is. It gives some individuality to your bike.
Okay.
And Bimota, we need to continue to remind people the history of Bimota, that there is this long history of unique engineering solutions, a unique design, and what's fun about Bimota today, and I really realized it when I was at Bike Lunch, you look at the family of bikes and they look like Bimotas now. There's a look there. There's a feeling with Bimota motorcycles that you pick up on all the bikes now. That's very, very important for us. We need to tell that. Team Bimota, Engineer Comini, the guy who rescued Bimota and ensured the future, Acquaviva in engineering, Ricky Borgeson in design, and myself in strategy. And this list, depending on who we're giving this to, change. When Piero Canali's given it to Italian market, obviously his name and other people within the company. Bimota handcrafted Italian motorcycles. Sport Nakeds, the DB6, Super Sport, the DB5, Daisy 3D, ooh, I love that bike. Daisy is a unique riding experience, and you have to spend some time with it, and then suddenly you go, I get it now. You really have to change the way you think about riding in some way without suspension changing on the way in the middle and the way out, you know? And the real coin drop for me when I was coming into a turn, just trailing off the brakes, but still on some brakes, and I hit a bump and the front end went. I said, wow, that's the difference. The suspension still works. Because usually it's like, boom, you hit, and you have to like, okay, wait, okay, now I can go, you know? You wait for things to settle and make sure nothing's going further right. That's where it really became obvious to me. And it was super bike. That's my story.
So it's been a bit of a rain test of the Tesi 3D, but ridden it on Misano in dry conditions before, and we got some pictures. Now we're gonna dry it. Here are old casts of older Bimotas. See if you can recognize some of these. So that's the cost for the fuel tank for the Tesi 1D. So if you own a Tesi 1D and you crash it, there's still hope for you. The Bimota Tesi 3D. You know, it's a work of art, and it's really, you know, all the engineering is pretty much on show. So that's the front suspension. You used to, you know, double forks, but oh no. So there's a front swing arm, really. And all the front suspension action is through here. So if you brake, that there will push on that, and the suspension works that way rather than that way. So beautiful frames in the bottom. That's aluminium, chromo, aluminium, carbon fiber. Everything's carbon fiber apart from the fuel tank. Beautiful. So let's fire it up. So it's powered by the Ducati 1100 air-cooled V-twin. And it's Extreme Tech suspension front and back. So pretty much everything is different on this bike. That's something very special. So it's powered by the Ducati 1100 air-cooled V-twin.
Hi my friends, I'm Paolo Ciceri, General Manager of Bimota. I welcome you to our small and nice factory, and I will welcome you on the next exposition to see all the new products and all the technological developments of Bimota for the next years. Welcome again. Ciao a tutti, sono Paolo Ciceri, General Manager di Bimota. Noi lavoriamo duro per darvi sempre un prodotto migliore, tecnologicamente avanzato, e vi aspetto tutti al prossimo salone per presentare le nostre novità tecnologiche. Arrivederci a tutti.
These are the two Borsalino bike.
Yes.
So this bike came back from the show where they've been. They've been in London, inside Harrods.
Yeah.
They've been on the Borsalino shop and showrooms around Italy and Europe too.
Yeah.
Now they came back. We are having a look of the bike because very soon there will be sold out.
Yeah. Racing green.
Yeah, this is very
British racing green.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the old legendary superbike race winner SB8R. It's the Gobert bike. Yeah,
Yeah, this
501.
is a replica of the
replica.
Gobert bike.
Yeah. So it's a brand new bike, this.
Yeah, this is
like
a
it.
2009. Yes.
Just came off just finished.
Quite new. We just finished the first kilometers. The bike is really new. I think there are a few kilometers on.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah. Brand new. This is so special. Very special.
No?
Yeah.
A piston that destroy everything. And this is one of the tests
Yeah.
for the
Oronero
frame, no?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the piston. Now in this case we are working on the, how do you call this?
That's the headstock.
The headstock, exactly.
Yeah.
There is a sort of lever down there, and
Yeah.
that stress the headstock.
Yeah. Oh, so what a shame to break a nice frame like this.
Yeah. Yeah,
But in
it is
the
needed
service of science
Yeah. It's
and safety. So is it stronger or just as strong as the aluminium
Yeah. No, it's
or chromo?
No, for now is we use the same range of stress of the iron, no? You know, the chromo molybdenum frame.
Yeah.
The benefit is of course the lightness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow.
TV1 from 78.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is the swing arm of the Oronero.
Ah, yeah. Very nice.
And this
Can I see?
is really nice.
Yeah, exactly. So let me feel it, because I remember the single-sided swing arm from Street Fighter from just a few days ago. And this is, yeah, very light. And it's also got more. This is a full. It's got much more than just a swing arm. It's got the melt guard and everything in one and rear shock assembly.
Yeah, rear shock mounter, no? With
Yeah.
the eccentric here.
Yeah.
Kawasaki Z900.
Yeah. Design Massimo Tamburini. So maybe Bimota also should start making some classic, little classic range with design from the old.
Consider that last year Bimota won the Italian Classic Championship in Group A, I think, with an SB1 with the Suzuki 500 engine,
Yeah.
2 strokes.
Yeah.
So Bimota and Bimota enthusiasts are always on race.
Yeah.
But directly from the factory, I think it's better if we focus on the future
Yeah, yeah.
than on the past.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's more future, so that's the Tese 1D. That's how it looked like, the first one. What year was that launched?
It was launched in '94.
Yeah.
This bike is from '96. It's the final edition of the first version of the Tese.
Yeah. Oh, there's been some changes since '96 in the design as well. Two-stroke, like the 500 GP bikes. So production.
Yeah. Stefano Fabrica, responsible of production.
Oh.
Ciao.
Tol.
Te lo ricordi lui? Sì, tu c'eri in...
Di vista sì,
Sì,
però
ma
sono
guarda.
passati parecchi anni,
Era a Misano a fare il lancio. So production is always a nice place, very calm.
Yeah. Lots of nice parts. So that's all DB7 and.
Yeah, DB7, swing bar.
So this is where the work is.
Yeah, these are the areas of working out.
Yeah.
This is one of the press bike.
Yeah.
that you draw in 2006.
Yes, yes.
And after a hard work of 3 years, now they are restoring the bike and selling. And this is one of the school bike that you have seen before that is going to be restored for next season. Building up a DB7.
Yeah.
This is a brand new coloration, 2009.
Yeah.
We have the possibility of the white, the total white, or the carbon black.
Yeah.
Both the colors are with the black frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Qui sono troppo questi. Non così tanto capito. No, chiedo.
Nice. Oh.
We can have I think we can have a chat of the desert day here.
Yeah.
There is everything open here. Look.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
There you can see the whole assembly. So how does the So the suspension.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Yes. Okay. Ah, yes. So this is hidden.
This is the group of levers that works on the rear suspension, the front suspension. No?
Yeah.
This suspension is a oil and air suspension, and it works by pull, not by push.
No. Yeah.
So you can see the work of the suspension.
Yeah. So yeah. Ah, yes. Pull, not push. Yeah.
On the other side of the bike, you have the levers that let the bike steer. No?
Yes.
So from the head, you have one lever here, a system of levers inside here that you can look better inside.
Yeah.
And from the frame, here there is the arm that let the front wheel steer in this way. It's not so difficult. But you have to see it to understand.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I've ridden one at Misano as well, and it feels different from other bikes.
Yeah.
The braking and steering.
These two arms let you change the steering angle, so you have a different trail.
Yeah.
I think from 90 millimeters to 105.
Yeah. And then you got a conventional rear end, so it's the front that's.
Yeah, the rear is a conventional swing arm with the rear suspension mounted in cantilever style, so direct without levers. And the rear shock has got the double velocity adjustment and compression.
Yeah.
Here you can see very well how the detail is done in carbon fiber structural. Without trellis inside, no?
Yeah.
I'm doing your photography. Okay.
Yeah. That's good. That's very, very nice. But this this piece of frame here is also very special, only for the Tesi.
Yeah. This is one
machined in one.
Yeah, I like in the other bikes of 2009 range. The aluminium is all machined.
Yeah.
And in the Tesi, all the frame that is this Omega that is on both the sides is from a single block of aluminium.
Yeah. And that sort of thing makes, that's not cheap to do that.
No.
So, so this is the last final stage of assembling
Of the-
Bimota.
Exactly. After that, there's a guy here that dress up the bike, put inside the CPU the mapping, and control the turning, the first turning on of the bike.
Yeah. Anna, can you tell me something?
Yes.
Filming. Is this a goodie bag that people get when they buy a Bimota? Or
Yeah, it's, every Bimota has got this bag.
yes, yes.
Inside you can find a cover
Oh yeah, yeah.
and the booklets, so maintenance and warranty
Yes.
manual.
Yes.
Then there are a standard toolkit,
Yes.
and in this bike there are also the mirrors that are not mounted
Yes,
on.
yes, of course. Yeah.
Every bike is delivered also with the rear stand like
Yeah.
this
Yeah, yeah.
for the garage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you can see this back on every new bike we have.
Yeah, yeah. That's a very special Bimota.
Yeah, this is a product that we are developing with a company of the center of Italy,
Yes.
and they are very well established with the auxiliaries for cars
Yeah.
and for inability people.
Yeah.
And we developed this bike. We call the bike the Disa bike, and it's a standard Delirio with some modification on the bike. There are some electronic devices that let people that has big disabilities to drive the bike as a normal people.
Yeah.
Every component is already homologated in Italy and is
Yeah.
going to be homologated also in Europe very soon.
Yeah.
And the devices consist in this glove, this special glove that let people that hasn't an hand and have a prosthesis to do this and drive the bike with both the hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also a safety device here that in case of crash you don't remain fixed to the bike. No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, other devices are the double front brake, so you have the front brake here, but there is also another lever on the other side that let the bike brakes on the left and the right hand.
Yeah.
This is the clutch.
Double.
Yeah, this is the clutch, and this is an automatic clutch that make the standard work, not like automatic bikes, but the normal work of the clutch, but in automatic. So when you turn on the bike, the clutch starts to work. When you start to accelerate, the clutch leave and let you start.
Yeah.
Then on this model, there is also the accelerator that is on the left side of the bike.
Yeah.
Because of this globe on this side.
Yeah.
So you have the accelerator, and when you start to accelerate, the clutch leave a little bit.
Yeah.
So
And if it's disability on the left arm, you can reverse
Yeah,
everything.
yes, exactly. You
Yeah.
can reverse everything. If you have not ability on the left leg,
Yeah.
you can have a different clutch, and you can have an automatic clutch here.
Yeah.
If you have this ability on the right, you can have the rear brake on this side.
Yeah.
So we are happy to have been the very first factory to have a complete bike with these devices.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah. So if you have an accident, the riding career doesn't stop there necessarily.
No. And also, we think that after the launch at the last EICMA, we had a lot of contacts of people that want to know more if it works, if it is already available, you know.
Yeah.
And so we are happy to help also these people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think only a factory of our dimension can spend some time making these little changes, you know,
Yeah.
with another little company. We developed it in 1 year.
Yeah. 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 Ah.
So keep in touch to have a test of this.
Yes,
but
yes.
in the best condition of
Yes.
it.
I shall test it before I need it.
Yeah.
Okay.